Good afternoon. Let me zoom out here. Am I zooming out? I think so. What you're looking at is the Shakespeare Tarot. Well, actually, it's the book for the Shakespeare Tarot called the Shakespeare Tarot Key, the book of the play. I'm not sure what all that means, but it came in no box for me. Just a bag, like that bag there with the little tassely things. And cards and plastic wrap. Big cards, as you'll see. And I'm guessing this is 2017. So I put on there with some chrome marker, which may or may not show up in the video. And the date. And there's a nice photo coming up here, even though it doesn't look like a happy time for that bird. But right away, there's some mistakes. The page numbers are all wrong. They're off by 10. Where it says 11, it should say 1. Where it says 229, it should say 219. So you can see in this deck, if you can tell by the cards, it's hard to tell. But they're the 4 suits are staffs, swords, cups, crowns. But like I say, it's hard to tell. The book is interesting to read. The cards are interesting to look at. But if you know anything about Shakespeare and the plays and the history and all that, it's the book is reaching a bit. In other words, there's lots of choppy sentences, and sometimes there's, just using older words when they don't need to. Because it's not like it's trying to recreate that time. It's trying to explain why this art on this card kind of thing. But I thought it was interesting that in one place they mentioned cyclepump, which is a word you don't see very often. If you know what that is, someone who, if you believe that sort of thing, can help a spirit from this side to the other side. I found it interesting. I got stuck on the moon card I got stuck on reading last night. They don't make life easy by having the S and the F look alike, but that's the way it used to be, I guess. See, that's cups, is it? I think so. I can't find it now. But anyway, that is it. Am I in it? No, I'm not in it. It's much later. It's like page 219. Yeah, there it is. Major Arcana. So it's an interesting to read. And the cards are interesting. I'll show them. Even though, to be quite honest, if you go to the website for it, I'll put that in the description. You don't need to buy these. Their images are really good, and that book, which I'm guessing is why the page numbers are off, is basically just a copy of everything on the website. Verbatim, in fact. But here are the cards, starting with the Fool. And after the Major Arcana, the Trumps, I'm not going to know what's what, because it's hard to tell. But I'll just quickly go through these because, like I say, even on their website, if you enlarge the page, like Control Plus or Command Plus for a Mac, you can make the images really big. And on top of that, if you click on them, they have a plus sign, which means it'll magnify the image. So you don't really need this. Let me show you the back of one of these, if I can get it off. It's just a book kind of open with that nonsense where they try to make it look old. And I think that says Shakespeare Works. I don't know what they're trying to indicate with that. I don't know. It's okay image. I don't care about the back too much. I like that they're all landscape, not portrait. In other words, I think there's only one card that you could turn this way and it would be okay. The rest of them, you gotta have them this way. And I'll stop on the card here in a second and show you some stuff. Sometimes they're like a collage, which I don't really like that one. Other times they're just a black and white drawing, which I do like. Then there's the drawing, which got some color thrown in. And look at this one. I guess it's the devil. And look at the blood kind of splattered off to the edges. I guess that's deliberate, huh? Tower. Star. And there's the one that I read about, the moon. Look at what all's going on in that card. All the symbolism. You have two things basically holding the moon. If you look close, they're holding the moon up. But they have the heads of a boar and a wolf. And then look at the shadows behind them. The shadows behind them are of a wolf howling at the moon. Isn't that cool? Then here's the crab, coming up out of the water. Or is it a crab? Yeah, crab, lobster, whatever it is. Coming up out of the water, but look inside it. It's got like a little baby person in there. And then she's holding what? The Tudor rose on a staff, and she's got the crescent moon, or is it the horns of something? I mean, it's just a lot of stuff going on in that. Look at these wacky little purpley flower plant thing. It's like that with a lot of these cards. You're just like, well, guess I'll be here all afternoon, just trying to decipher what's going on in them. And I like Shakespeare. I'm not a Shakespeare fan as in snobby, uppity, because what people forget is the plays, which should be seen as a play, not read as a book, in my opinion. But maybe you're in some spot where they don't perform them, like here. So you're kind of stuck with reading the plays, but they don't work as well. They were meant to be plays, so you should watch even bad actors perform them. But they were written for the common people. I mean, I think he performed a few of them at, for the upper class, queens, princesses, all that, bishops, all those people got to see him. But that'd be the equivalent of them slumming nowadays, where, some congressman or senator or judge, they go home and they watch Honey Boo Boo for the evening. It's the equivalent thing. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of life lessons and morals and, I don't know, all kinds of deep meanings in the plays. But were they really intended, or is it just depicting life as an emotional roller coaster, and that's what comes out of that? I'm just babbling. Who cares what I think? But that's how I feel about Shakespeare. Yes, I've had to go through college level classes. And yes, I had to perform a couple of parts, and that was just not my thing. Not at all. But, and yes, we overanalyzed and overdiscussed. And the thing that I said about it being for the common folk is me repeating something a professor said. He would just constantly remind us, who do you think these were intended for? Uh-oh. Got a leaper. Or a jumper, or whatever people call them. Which reminds me, hey, look at those dudes. They got muscles on their muscles. Does anybody have that? I used to run marathons. I didn't have muscles on my muscles. Did people during Shakespeare's time have muscles on their muscles? I don't think so. Look at that guy. Jesus. He's like carved. Well, he is. He's a statue. Oh, look at that guy. I do like this, though. Something about that one's appealing. I don't know what it is. It's a little odd to have the baby there like that. That one's kind of cool. What are you doing? You want to be in the videos? You're such a ham. Yes, you are. Not to point you at the sun too much, but I'll go a little bit quicker here. Hopefully without stepping on this. This wall smells of paint. And I can't tell where one suit and the next start and stop because of the overload of symbols in these things. But I do like it, like I say. Got a lot of looking ahead of me, obviously. There's the one that could be a portrait card, but ain't. Still landscape. Stop following me. Thank you. Besides, I'm standing in the sun. You're smarter than that. Uh-oh. Oh no, this didn't blow down. It's just a gap. Sorry. Huh. That's a scene from The Matrix where they're fighting. I relate the entire world to the movie The Matrix. That card's out of place, isn't it? Is it just me? That's spooky. I do like them, but like I say, go to their website. You can see each one of these close up. Open 2 tabs in your browser and you can read while you look. Or 2 windows. Look at that. I love any deck that has stained glass in it. I like anything with words in addition to the, like that. Love sought of good. Like that. But given unsought better. Oh, okay. I get it right this time. Love sought is good, like you going after it. But given unsought better. In other words, love should come to you, not you it. Or however you want to look at that. Now there's a collage one, obviously. But at least they all are not collages. They're this, that, and the other thing. So that was a look at the Shakespeare Terra. If I remember correctly, it was expensive. I don't remember exactly how much, but it was pretty pricey. But so far I'm enjoying it, even though I've made my way through some of the book and the introduction and a whopping 1 card. Trying to make sure that's all in the picture, and with that I'll say peace.